Hey everyone, how's it going? My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. If you like making money, subscribe to the channel, leave comments below if you guys have questions, and give me a thumbs up if you like the content. So we're coming up. We're coming on to a commodities bull market, a super cycle. We've got real estate going up. It's going to be inflationary. We've got 100-year low valuations on commodities, and when that inflation comes, it's going to help and provide a tailwind to our commodity investments, pushing those valuations from a very undervalued, depressed state into what I think is going to be an overvalued state at the end of the commodities bull market. I'm going to say 5 to 10 years is the duration of this bull market. So we are still in the very much beginning of a commodities boom. So you didn't miss it. You didn't miss out on anything. So good for you. And today I'm just going to go over commodity prices, because if we're entering a commodity bull market, we should be seeing prices that follow. So typically, I do a lot of technical analysis. Typically, what happens is the momentum changes in the stocks, and then on the backside, the prices follow. And it's very difficult to teach someone this, because it takes many years of experience and many years of chart reading to really get down and see the momentum changes. And I'm going to try to do that in another video clip to show you guys what I'm seeing and what I look for in the charts. And obviously, I'm marrying a whole bunch of different things together. This isn't just chart reading. It's the fundamentals of the sectors look good, supply, demand. We look at real estate to see what cycles and the rotation of money from real estate into our sectors. Then after we've got the valuations good, the market conditions are good, everything looks ripe, I start evaluating companies in sectors that are good. And I use technical analysis. I do look at the presentations that the companies have to see the management teams, to see what their projects are, to see what their goals are. Is it a tier one producer that they're trying to be? Is it just an exploration company that wants to try to find something and then sell it to someone else for someone else to produce? What is their goals and visions? So today I'm going to go over commodity prices, and we should be seeing a lot of commodity prices. These are the ones that I see going up, and these are the ones that I think could potentially be opportunities. So here's commodity prices. This is crude oil. Now, I'm very much a bull on crude oil. This is what the chart pattern looks like on a 25-year chart pattern. The last bull market was from here to here. Massive move higher. Absolute killing if you were in the producing companies of oil and natural gas. This is coming down in this gigantic flag pattern, basically, and it's coming down in this channel. We're coming on up right here, and we're about to break the first big resistance line here. Once we break through that, we got to break through this other one, and this one's probably $75-ish, 70, low 70s, mid 70s, and 80 would be a clear break. So I think we have a good shot of doing it this year even, to break a 72, 70. It'll be close. But this year or next, I think we could break through this large pattern, which then I think we're going to move to the upside quite rapidly. That's probably, looking at it, 2022-ish maybe is my guess. We could do it pretty quick. So I don't want to, don't get me wrong. And the oil companies have been absolutely on fire. They've made a ton of money and been a huge, we'll call it, staple to the portfolio for returns. So crude, I'm watching crude. It looks great. We're coming on up on this resistance line. And don't be afraid if this thing kind of hits its head and bounces back down. That's okay. But it's going to take a little run at this. So it's going to take some energy to pop through it. Copper. Copper already broke out. So if you got copper investments and they haven't broken out of chart patterns yet, ones that come to mind are TGB, and TMQ just recently broke out of its pattern, looking pretty good. And Southern Copper's already taken off. That thing, I mean, it's a rocket ship higher. That's SCCO if you want to follow it. But copper's looking great. It broke to the upside. That looks absolutely fantastic. Lumber. Look at this. Is this like a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder, and it's going to blow out here? I mean, lumber looks great to go higher, and I don't. This is going to push house prices much higher if all their input costs are going up substantially. But this looks like it broke to the upside and looks like it's going to run. So that's what I see on lumber. Platinum, man, this looks great. Broke to the upside. You might see it. It's just kind of hanging around. We've got some resistance here from multiple sellers. There's one here, here, here. It's going to have to break through this. And I think this thing could run. I mean, if you see gold and silver take off, platinum's going to run with it. I think we are very close to a large move. And I can't give you the timing. It might be a month, it might be a week, it might be 2 days, it just starts taking off. Some of the silver companies look absolutely impressive in terms of their chart patterns. Like they're just about to explode higher. So platinum, if silver and gold take off, I think platinum's going to go with it and just move to the upside. Sugar looks great. I don't know too many ways of playing sugar, but you can see that these things have some massive moves and spikes when it breaks. So you could see this spike pretty good. So sugar's one that looks good. Palladium is actually kind of hanging out above this gigantic pattern up here. We'll see which way it goes. I'm guessing that it wants to go back down. The reason I say that is platinum's a substitute for palladium. So anybody who has any sort of option to use platinum would be using platinum. And eventually you'll see platinum substituting palladium in palladium uses as well. So I'm a big bull on platinum, not so much on palladium. But if palladium takes off, because that's what they have in the design already, I would think that just bodes well for platinum. Beef, look at beef. My God, it broke out of this pattern here and just took off. So the vertical moves that we're seeing, you see these vertical moves when they break out of the chart patterns. When we're breaking 10-year chart patterns like on AG, EXK, Mag Silver, Fortuna Silver Mines, like all those silver companies, I expect a huge move coming. So I'm positioned for that move. Beef, I mean, I know this has nothing to do with silver, but I'm just saying, look at the vertical move after it broke out of its pattern here. You just draw a pattern across. So be prepared, be positioned, be ready for moves that could potentially go vertical. And that's why I'm not trading in and out of the companies and stocks. Poultry's looking great. Broke out, back tested or retested, however you want to say it. And I like buying on the retests. I'm not buying poultry, but this one looks good. Maybe you want to buy Tyson or something like that if you like, want to play this. Tin's looking fantastic. Look at tin though. This went from 5,000 all the way to 30,000. That is ridiculous. In a pretty short period of time. I have a feeling this is going to do it again. We're breaking out of this gigantic pennant formation. So it's looking good. Someone was bringing cobalt, shoulder, head, shoulder, all the way back down. This would have been a great time to buy is in here. But it's taken off. So if you like cobalt, go find yourself some cobalt producers. This thing looks like it's going to head higher. Aluminum's looking really good. If you draw the pattern through here, it's right there at the breakout. It hit its head, it kind of regrouped. Typically, this is almost like a cup and handle pattern that's forming. I bet you it's going to break to the upside. So aluminum looks pretty good. Nickel already broke. You draw the trend line here. It's just coming out the top. It'll probably come out, back test, and then boom, higher. Nickel's used in batteries for electric vehicles. They're going to use more and more nickel because it's more efficient the more nickel you use than cobalt. So they're switching more to nickel than cobalt in the batteries. And I think nickel's going to be a good spot to be. I like Nova Royalty. It's a nickel copper royalty company. That's where I put my money some months ago. Molybdenum, I know someone keeps talking about molybdenum. You know who you are, but here's the chart. It's coming down. It looks like it actually is bottoming out, so might be a good spot to be if you like molybdenum. Propane's looking pretty good. Looks like we got a nice big chart pattern through here. So it looks pretty good. Maybe it's almost a cup and handle pattern forming. Lead's looking pretty good. Not too bad. It's kind of in the middle of its pattern. Eventually, I think this will all break to the upside based off inflation and real estate. So neodymium, however you want to pronounce it, draw it across. It broke to the upside for sure. It looks like it's putting in this gigantic U-shaped pattern. Maybe it's going to put a little cup in here and then gone. That's used in electric vehicles as well. Rhodium, 21,800 for rhodium. We have a large market imbalance, deficits in the future. Rhodium is going to continue to go higher until those deficits are somehow relieved or a substitute is created. Gold. Now, this is what's weird with gold. You see all these big down days, but if you notice, usually in momentum analysis, usually when you have a down day like this, it needs to be worked off and it kind of comes on down, but it just gets it reverses so quickly after every single one of these. It's like it shows like it's almost manipulation, because you just have this big down day and then it comes back up. And maybe this is just a flush out here, but for some reason I feel like, and I don't know what it is, and who knows, but I almost feel like we're on the verge of a large move. I don't know why. I'm not seeing it necessarily in the charts, but it's just like I feel like momentum's coming from somewhere, and I don't know what it is. It's not. I don't know, but silver's looking pretty good. I think we broke this downtrend. It's coming up. We got nice big wicks on the bottom all down here. Came up. This is the manipulated day here. Boom. Looks like they're going to try to push it lower, but it's just being very resilient. I think they're going to lose control, and this thing could potentially go to the upside for silver. So that's what I have for all the commodity companies. For some reason, it's not the charts. I just feel like the momentum's coming. I feel like inflation's coming. I feel like everything is about to hit when I look at the real estate prices and how jacked up the real estate market is in terms of inventory, days in the market. Like, I just feel like inflation's ready to, like, a tidal wave's coming. And it's not, I don't see it. We see it in the charts. We see it in the commodity prices. I just showed you a whole bunch of charts that are all coming to the upside. But I just feel like gold and silver are about to just rip it. And I don't know. It's just a feeling. In the next month or two, I just feel like this thing's going to rip it. I'm looking at these charts. I'm looking at articles, and I feel like everyone's about to panic. And I'm not saying panic in terms of people coming in and buying. I feel like the people are panicking that are the controllers of it are worried that they're going to lose control, and it's going to happen very soon. And it makes me think, just by looking at articles, by what they're doing, the information they're putting in, margin requirement increases, it's like, man, is this thing going to go now? It's a question. I'm not saying it's going to. But the panic that they're doing on their side is making me think like, crap, should I be panicking and buying as much as I can right now before the move? I mean, I already accumulated a butt ton. Okay, I feel just fine. I sleep well at night, and I always ask my question: have I bought enough? And at some point, that question will be answered, because I've bought enough, and I don't even worry about it. But before, when I was accumulating, it was like, I don't have enough, and I just kept buying and buying and buying. And I guess my threshold was pretty high in comparison to probably everyone else. It probably put me in the 0.1% of the world for how much I own, because it's not like a lot of people own a lot of silver, physical precious metals, or even platinum too. I own a bunch of that. I'm probably up there as well. So you wake up, you ask yourself, do I own enough? And if the answer is yes, you're good, whatever that amount is. But for some reason, the feeling is like, I feel like this tidal wave of inflation is coming. And I can't put a finger on it yet. I see it in some of the commodity charts. I see these people panicking, like JP Morgan with the margin requirements and all that. And I just feel like something's coming. Anyway, it's just a feeling. So that's what I have for today. If you guys like this content, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.